Lopez here, coming at you from LopezLassane.com. And today I'm going to talk about some of the best ways to make money. Some of the best ways to make money. And now, before I get into some of the best ways to make money, I'm going to tell you the worst way to make money, which happens to be the most common and the most popular way to make money. And it's unfortunate, but working a job is the worst way to make money. I know, it's common. I know it's probably the first thing that your parents taught you to do is work a job when you wanted to earn money, just like myself. But I'm here to tell you that exchanging time for money is the worst way to make money. And the reason why that is because there's only 24 hours in a day. And most of these jobs, they can let you go at any given time, and you don't really have any say so, especially if you live in a state that's a right to work state, whereas they don't really have to give you a reason why they're letting you go, and a lot of these big corporations, they're not really loyal to employees anymore like they used to. I mean, you would be hard pressed to find anybody that's retiring these days. Someone that's been with a company for 20, 30 years. Those people are far in between. That's not common anymore. A lot of those people have retired 5, 10 years ago, or they're about to, or a lot of them have been laid off or fired before they even made it to retirement age, or the time that they signed up for to receive their pension. And then you got some people, they just didn't make it. They died. They didn't even make it to retirement age. So those are just some disadvantages right there. I mean, are you going to really make it to retirement age? Are you going to make it to 60? Are you going to make it to 55, 62, 65? I don't know. The odds are against it. And a lot of these big companies, to be honest, a lot of these people don't get promoted that much or very often at all. I mean, it's not very common that people really get promoted. There's a lady that I know that's been working for a company for 15 years. And she said when she started, she was getting paid $10 an hour starting. And today, she makes $13 an hour. So I said, come on. So you mean to tell me in 15 years, you've gotten a $2 raise? And she said, yeah. And this is quite common. This is not unusual. And see, working a job, you don't have a lot of leverage there in most jobs. Now you have some new companies that are out there, like small businesses now. They give employees a lot of leverage because a lot of these small companies, they pay on commission, and a very, 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 very small percentage of companies, they give you equity. So a lot of the employees have, they're motivated to do their best every day because they get a piece of the pie. They get equity within the company, or equity within the sale, or the project. So that's a entirely different business model versus working for a big corporate company. A lot of these big corporate companies, they're so structured, you don't really have the leverage. It's not there. And a lot of these big companies, there's a glass ceiling. You're only going to go but so high, get promoted so often. And you don't have a lot of these stories where some guy or gal started from the bottom and they worked their way all the way up to CEO. Those stories are very rare. You might not ever meet anybody that done that. Now, you might have heard about it, but to know someone that started from the bottom and worked their way all the way up to CEO or president, you might never meet anyone like that. And it sounds good when you see it on television, but I don't know anyone that done that. So you're at a disadvantage, because I don't know about you, but when I used to work a 9 to 5, I was there for the money. I wasn't there because of a career or anything like that. I wasn't looking for any of that. I was there strictly for the money. And that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's not wrong with working because you like being there or that's your career. All that's cool in the game. But at the end of the day, what's going to pay my bills is the money. And that's a very practical way of thinking. So, the problem with jobs, you have no leverage, and it's only 24 hours in a day, and you're working anywhere between 8 hours to 12 hours a day. Or if you work overtime, it could be more. But on average, you have 8 to 12 hours. And you're not going to be promoted very often, if at all. So, how are you going to earn extra money doing that? It's just you're hustling backwards. That's why working a job is one of the worst ways to make money. Plus, you're never going to get paid what you're worth. It's just not. They're not going to see your value within the company. It's probably never going to happen. I mean, it's very rare, because a lot of companies look at it like they can replace you because they've developed a system. So they believe that they can plug anybody in, and with a little bit of training and a little bit of time, they can, the right person can rise to the top or damn near around with the same production as the person that they let go a week or two ago. That's how a lot of these big companies think. But you know what? Some of the best ways to make money is through direct sales. Believe it or not. MLM, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. And the reason why that is because it's all based on your production, how hard you're willing to work, how much time you're willing to put in. It's really based on your production. See, there's no education, no politics, or anyone that can really stop you. See, with jobs, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of people that feel like, this. I've been here for 10, 15 years. I should have more. I should have more privilege than the person that just started 6 months ago. See, with these direct sales companies, there's none of that. There's none of that's gonna really affect you until you start making a lot of money, until you get to the top of the pyramid. That's when that will probably make a difference. That's when the politics will probably come in. But if you're starting from the bottom, there's no politics at all in the direct sales companies. So that's why you have an advantage. There's no education involved. There's no, there's nothing really to stop you, really. I mean, and plus you can leverage people. You can leverage the people that you enroll. You're going to leverage the team that you have to build in order to make a lot of money. Because you have to have 2 to 5 people on the front line. You have to have 2 to 5 people that's just like you, that's hungry, that's thriving, that's striving to be better and live a better life. So the whole key when it comes to network marketing is duplication is the key. If you can duplicate 2 to 5 people that's just like you, that's just as hungry as you, with the same skill set as you, or similar, and if you can get them to duplicate, then you win. It's simple as that. I mean, it sounds easy, but it's not hard. It's just, it takes a lot of time in the beginning, like anything. I mean, in the beginning, it takes a lot of time for anything, especially if you're brand new. But once you get it started, hey, sky's the limit. So direct sales is one of the best ways to make money. And another thing you can do to make money is you can invest. I mean, today, man, the possibilities are endless. Today they have apps that you can invest in stocks online, like Robinhood. You can actually download the apps on your cell phone and start investing immediately. And some of these apps give you $5 to start off. Like another one is Acorn, if I'm not mistaken. So we got Acorn, you got Robinhood, and you can start investing money immediately with some of the biggest companies in the world. And what I do is I invest in the stuff that I use on a weekly basis, stuff that I might buy or clothes that I buy. I just search for it on the app or online, and I invest in it. Really, it's just that simple. I mean, I have to confess, like, a couple years ago, I was kind of, I didn't understand stocks. I really didn't get it until somebody told me to buy a book, and I did some research, and upon doing the research and understanding stocks, I said, hey, you know what, this is something that I can really get into. And the idea is the formula with stocks is just buy low and sit on it. But the problem with a lot of people, they treat stocks like they're hitting the lottery or something like that. But no, like when you invest, you don't have to buy Nike stocks. Nike stocks is usually, last I checked, Nike stocks was $250 a share. So you don't necessarily have to start off with Nike. You can go down to other companies. Stuff that you use every day, stuff that you buy out of the grocery store, or stuff you buy from Target, Walmart. I mean, some of these big companies like Adidas stock, for example, that's going to be less than $100. That might be $20, $25, $30. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but it's not going to be as high as Nike stocks. Like, for example, Apple stocks is $150 a share, last I checked. So it just depends on what price point you want to start from and what's your budget. That's basically how it is. You can start $5 at $5, $10, So the possibilities are really endless today. It's really things are much easier than it was 25 years ago due to technology and everything. And the next way to earn money, which is the best way in my opinion, is you have to create a system to make you money. You have to create a sales funnel. That's essentially what it is at the end of the day. Now, when I said create a sales funnel, I mean you have to really find something that you know could be a hobby, could be something that you thought about doing, or something that you thought about creating a long time ago. Find people that's willing to buy or purchase your products and services, and create a system that sorts, sells, and prospects for you. And the goal, eventually, you shouldn't have to be there all the time. You shouldn't have to. The goal is to have you step out of the equation down the line. Now, in the beginning, you probably have to be the face of whatever your business is about. You might have to be the messenger, but eventually you want to take yourself out the equation and hire other people to maintain the system. And if you really want to take it to a step further, next level, you want to have a brand. And a brand is a fancy way of saying that you want people you want what you have to stay in the minds of your ideal customers. That's all it is. Just like McDonald's. When you think of McDonald's, you think of, when you think of food, when most people think about food, fast food especially, they think about McDonald's. When most people think about, restaurant food, they think of Red Lobster. When most people think about seafood, specifically, they think about Red Lobster, Fridays, Joe's Crab Shack, places like that. And those places focus on seafood for the most part. And they've branded themselves in the minds of millions upon millions upon millions of people. And creating a brand, or having a brand, I should say, takes a long time. Because you got people like Jay-Z, for example. He's a brand. It doesn't matter what he puts out from this point on, it's going to sell. People are going to tune in and listen to it. But that's because he's created a brand. He's put a lot of time and a lot of money into it. So once you've created a brand, you can really, it's like everything he touches will turn to gold. That's the power of a brand. So creating a system is kind of like you have license to print money, because once you have a system that's fine-tuned, you don't have to guess about how much money you're going to have coming in every day. You can kind of have an idea around how much money you have coming in based on how many people are being prospected, how many people is being talked to every day, how many people are seeing your ads, your video, your marketing, your whatever you have that's that's really filtering and sort and selling people and have people buying into who you are as a company or a brand. So those are just a few ways to make money. And I can go on, but this video is getting a little bit too long. So if you have any questions, any concerns, leave your comments below. And if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, LopezLassine.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.